Well, good evening, everyone. I'm glad that you all can log in and join us for this inaugural Rainbow Debate. With voices being silenced in our communities, shouting matches and rioting on the rise, the public square has devolved from a treasured asset where ideas can be freely shared, reasonably and charitably heard and weighed, into a growing battlefield of resentment and rage. The attack on the U.S. Capitol, the bastion in the exercise of free speech, has signaled this crisis. The Rainbow Debate tonight is the first in a series of debates that seeks a renaissance in civil public discourse. These debates will not shy away from the hard questions in politics, sex, gender, faith, family, and culture. They are intended to be a wrestling match of ideas and a helpful exercise in confrontational discourse. My name is Scott Fuller, and I've been given the privilege to serve as moderator by the invitation of our two guests here tonight, or I should say our two competitors in tonight's showdown, Rachael Rose Luckey and Donald Wilson Bush. I want to personally thank both of them for honoring me with this special invitation. And just a little bit about me. I am a Christian. I'm husband to Renee and a father of 5 daughters, which I presented as my strongest credentials as a referee for tonight's argument. Over the last 40 years, I've served as a pastor and a church planner in Western North Carolina and in Northwest Georgia. During much of that time, I've been committed to the education and welfare of children, especially those languishing in the foster care system. I'm a founding member of One Community United in Rome, Georgia, a civic organization bridging the racial divides and bringing people together from distinct and separate communities into a more united community where fear and mistrust are dispelled and peace and harmony prevails. As an active member of the Democratic Party in Floyd County, Georgia, I am socially liberal and religiously conservative, which puts me way more in the middle than what you will see in everyday social media. And I want to give you thanks, Rachael and Donald, for the opportunity to serve in this way tonight. And I look forward to hearing from both of you. And before I introduce the two of them, let me express our appreciation to the church in Ocean Park, Santa Monica, California, for hosting tonight's debate. If you want to know more about church in Ocean Park, want to just give them a shout out and thank them, you might be able to find a link on this site tonight. If you're looking to sign on to their website, you can find them at CIOP. That's for Church in Ocean Park, CIOP 4 justice.org. And for those interested, I'm also aware that this century-old church is currently holding a fundraiser to address some much-needed repairs. They have this campaign going on right now, the Open Doors campaign. And so for those of you who are interested, take note of that. Well, with that, let's welcome to the debate our contestants, Rachael Rose Luckey and Donald Wilson Bush. Rachael Rose has served as president of her Los Angeles City Certified Neighborhood Council. Rachael Rose ran as a progressive candidate for Los Angeles City Council in 2022. She is the first transgender officer of the LGBTQ political organization, Stonewall Democratic Club, and works with the organizing team responsible for pushing forward a publicly controlled bank for the city of Los Angeles. Rachael Rose is also a member of the Lafayette, a Bridge Home Advisory Council tasked with community oversight of one of LA's homeless interim housing facilities. And she sits on the LA Care Health Plan's Consumer Health Equity Council. Rachael Rose commented about the debate tonight. The idea of free speech is practically meaningless if it does not lead to a better understanding between opposing viewpoints. I believe it is possible to have debate in the public square without devolving into a clash of ad hominem attacks, resulting in hurtful insults. If Donald and I can sit down and tell each other our points of view without belittling each other, so can others. Welcome, Rachael Rose. And we welcome now to the debate Donald Wilson Bush. Born and raised in the Scots Presbyterian tradition, Donald is a theologian by training and a political consultant by profession. He is currently president of the Woodrow Wilson Legacy Foundation, president and CEO of the Armenian National Association, co-founder and chairman of the board of High Coin, Inc., and a founding board member of both Third Millennium Ministries and the Praxis Circle. In his private life, he is a registered Republican and enjoys reading, cartoon illustration, and composing with the guitar and the keyboard. About tonight's debate, Donald said, "For too long, modern day conservative white males have borne the brunt of today's cancel culture, where our voices are being silenced and legacies trashed. This has led to a great deal of resentment. Moreover, cancel culture is just one symptom of a much deeper problem politicizing victims' rights in an effort to make everyone equal. Canceling anyone who is perceived to be dominant at the moment is unhealthy to the free exchange of ideas that is essential to a flourishing democracy." Welcome, Donald and Rachael Rose. Both of them arrived tonight from polar opposites of personal experience. Luckey is a progressive tree-hugging transgender Wiccan who supports housing and health care as a human right that the government should run and pay for, while Bush is a conservative, cisgender, heterosexual white male, political campaign consultant, and advocate for the historical Christian worldview, which he claims gave rise to the Western civic tradition in the first place. The question that the two of them will be debating tonight is a conversation currently raging in chat rooms on social media across the internet. And it is this: is the LGBTQ agenda poisoning Western civilization, or is radical Christianity the ultimate cancer? The structure and the format for this debate we'll begin with a 15-minute opening presentation by each speaker, followed by a 5-minute rebuttal from each of them. Then we'll have question and answer where audience members can enter their questions into the question and answer chat room. And I will present as many of them to Luckey and Bush as time will allow. And the debate will conclude with each contestant being given 2.5 minutes for closing statements. We mutually decided beforehand that the presenter would be determined by a flip of the coin, which coin I failed to bring. Do either one of you happen to have a coin? No? All right. What's that? Oh, here we go. I've got one. Ask and you shall receive. All right. Luckey, will you, since you have the appropriate name, how about you calling it, heads or tails?
I'll take tails, please.
It is heads. Heads.
All right.
So Donald will be our first presenter tonight, and
Actually,
are we ready to roll?
I'm sorry. Didn't we decide that he would get to choose whether or not he wanted to go
That's correct.
first? Second? Yes.
Thank you. Yes, Donald, would you go first, or would you rather?
I will go first.
You go first?
Go first.
Okay, sounds good. Well, are we ready to rumble?
Let's do it.
All right, we got on the left our transgender Wiccan progressive, and on the right we have our conservative Protestant political consultant cartoonist.
Scott, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Do me one
Yes.
favor.
Sure.
When Donald starts, just go ahead and stop your video and then
Sure.
start it again so that Donald and I will be on this, on the same
Okay,
level as it were.
I'll do that. I will move my video out at this point. All right, Mr. Bush, you're up.